Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Friday. We got 9 matchups on this NBA slate today, so go ahead and like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And go ahead and sign up with ParlayPlay. Get $10 in risk-free bets just for signing up. And to only my subscribers, this Sunday there is a exclusive Sports Parlay Picks contest. Top 3 winners do win a free tournament. Go ahead and sign up below. Get in on that. 3 of you lucky subscribers will win some of those earnings, and I'll announce those winners next week in some of my videos. So go ahead and do that, guys. Free to enter. Why not take advantage? I'm going to be doing more of these free tournaments just for you guys pretty much every week. So go ahead and hop in, guys. It's going to be super fun. And yeah, we'll hop into it here. 9 matchups, starting with the San Antonio Spurs versus the Orlando Magic. Spurs opening up as 3.5-point favorites with the over-under at 212. The last 10 head-to-head, Spurs 7-3, 7-3 covering in those last 10 games. Spurs 5-1 in their last 6 against the Magic, 5-1 covering against the Magic too. The Magic 2-14 in their last 16. 5-0 covering at home. Spurs haven't played that great of basketball either here, but it's just hard to take the Magic plus any points. I can't do it. If they were like 10-point underdogs, I would probably lean with the Magic, but 3.5 point, too risky for me. I'd much rather roll with the Spurs here. So, we'll take the Spurs minus 3.5. And pretty cheap money line too for your parlays, so we'll take the Spurs here. Next matchup, we have the Charlotte Hornets versus the Sacramento Kings. Kings opening up as the favorites at minus 1.5 with the over-under at 226. The last 10 head-to-head, Charlotte 8-2, 7-3 covering in those games. Charlotte currently on a 5-game winning streak against Sacramento. 5-0 covering the spread in those 5 games. Sacramento 1-5 covering at home against Charlotte here. No major injuries to report. PJ Washington is doubtful for Friday's game, and Ball is probable to play, which is good. Such a small spread here. The Hornets, they've been really good against Sacramento. I like Hornets plus 1.5 here. I think that's a pretty decent play. They've owned the head-to-head matchup advantage here, so I am gonna roll with the Hornets plus 1.5. Next matchup, we have the Indiana Pacers versus the Portland Trail Blazers. Blazers opening up as 3.5-point favorites with the over/under at 222.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Portland 7-3, 8-2 covering in those 10 games. Portland, man, they've been very disappointing here. I mean, losing to Cleveland, this is just an awful start for Portland. I mean, you really can't trust them. Indiana, they've struggled against Portland here. 1-11 on the road against Portland. 1-7 covering against Portland here. But, Indiana has been able to get a couple quality wins over the Knicks and the Spurs in their last few games here. I just can't trust Portland. I even gave them trust against Cleveland, and they let me down here. I mean, really, how can you trust Portland right now? I sure can't. Pacers, they've been pretty decent. I mean, they are still not that great, but they've showed promise. And, we'll take Pacers plus the points here. Until Portland can really get their act together, you just can't really trust them right now. We'll take Pacers plus the points. Next matchup, we have the Brooklyn Nets versus the Detroit Pistons. Nets opening up as 10-point favorites with the over-under at 212. The last 10 head-to-head, Brooklyn 7-3, 5-5 covering in those 10 matchups. Brooklyn playing pretty good basketball here. No major injuries to report for this matchup. These teams did just play a few games ago. Brooklyn picking up that 117-91 win over Detroit. 10-point spread. They've already beat them by over 10 in the last matchup. I don't expect much to change here. I like Detroit minus 10, and there'll be a nice parlay addition on the money line as well. All right, next matchup, we have the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Washington Wizards. Wizards opening up as 1-point favorites with the over-under at 223.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Memphis 6-4, 8-2 covering in those 10. Memphis 5-1 in their last 6 against Washington, 7-1 covering against Washington here. Memphis, 2 nice wins over Denver, Washington. A couple losses here. There's really no value in this game at all, but I think I'm going to take Memphis +1. They've definitely won the head-to-head battle, and have looked pretty decent in their last 2 games. Wizards battling a lot of injuries on Friday. Several players are out, so I'm going to take Memphis +1. Next matchup, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Toronto Raptors. Raptors opening up as 6-point favorites with the over-under at 212.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Toronto 8-2, 5-5 covering in those 10. I do see Markkanen and Okoro are out for Cleveland Friday. Scotty Barnes is probable. Toronto on a nice win streak here. A little 5-game win streak for Toronto. 1-7 in their last 8 at home covering, though that's kind of been their downfall. Cleveland 5-2 in their last 7. I mean, Cleveland's playing pretty good basketball here as well. But yeah, missing a couple key guys for Cleveland here. I do like Toronto in this matchup. They've been playing a little bit better. 6 points, I just don't feel comfortable taking Cleveland +6. If they were around the 10-point range, I would probably take Cleveland here, but I like the Raptors in this matchup. Next matchup, we have the New York Knicks versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks opening up as 5-point favorites with the over-under at 215.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Milwaukee 7-3, 6-3-1 covering against the spread. Let's see, Brook Lopez is out. Jrue Holiday is going to be back on Friday, so that does help. Middleton is still out as well. The Knicks 3-12 in their last 15 against Milwaukee. 1-8 on the road against Milwaukee. Milwaukee 8-1 at home against New York. Yeah, getting Jrue Holiday is definitely a big bonus for this Bucks team here. And the Knicks, they just really haven't had success against Milwaukee. And they've kind of been on a losing streak here. Milwaukee finally got a good win over Detroit. I like them to build momentum on this Knicks game here. I'm going to roll with the Bucks. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Clippers versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Clippers opening up as 3-point favorites with the over-under at 218.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Clippers 8-2, 7-3 covering in those 10. I do see Baca, and Morris are both out, and then D'Angelo Russell is out Friday as well. Clippers 7-1 in their last 8 against Minnesota, 6-2 covering against Minnesota here. Minnesota have not looked good on a 3-game losing streak. Have been playing that good of basketball here. I think it's a good spot for the Clippers in this matchup here. Definitely won the head-to-head battle, and they've been covering against the Timberwolves. I'm going to take the Clippers in this matchup. And then the last matchup, we have the Golden State Warriors versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Warriors opening up as 9-point favorites with the over-under at 219.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Golden State 7-3, 5-4-1 covering in those 10. Brandon Ingram is questionable for the Pelicans here. Pelicans, they just look very awful. And the Warriors look amazing. I love what the Warriors are doing. New Orleans 2-18 on the road against Golden State. I mean, that's not good. Golden State 6-1 in their last 7. 18-2 at home against the Pelicans. Love Golden State in this matchup. We'll take the Warriors -9. And obviously we'll take them on the money line. There'll be a nice money line play. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. And I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.